What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on this 2024 Tacoma Limited, and this is like phase 4 of this build for this customer. We did a pro grill, vent lights, steel bumper, winch, fair lead, ditch lights, roof rack, LP4s up on top of the roof rack, lift, wheels, tires, all kinds of really cool upgrades. And he's back today for the air compressor kit. This is the OEM kit that goes in the Trailhunter, and it's really cool because if you've got the premium package like this guy does, which includes bed power, then this air compressor is going to be essentially plug and play. So if you've got these power ports here in the bed, then this new digital air compressor interface kit is just going to swap out here. The harnesses in the back are just going to plug right in to the harnesses here, and then you can see we've already put our vinyl cut template here, but we're going to make some cuts here, and the compressor goes inside between the bed panel and the bed box. So while the Toyota kit's really cool, it comes with a lot of essential parts that you're going to need. It even comes with some extra accessories like this Toyota red air hose kit, and then it even comes with all the air fittings that you might need to pump a soccer ball, pump a bike tire. And then if you're on a trail, I think it's really cool they included this. They've got a valve removal tool so that when you're on the trail you can air down, twist off the air valve caps, let your tires air down, and then tighten it back up. Enjoy the trail, and then when you're done and ready to get back on the highway, you've got an air compressor built right into the bed so you can fill up tires and drive safe on the highway. So we've put together a bundled product on our website that's going to include all of these OEM Toyota parts, as well as some extra parts that you're going to need to complete this install as a retrofit on a truck that didn't originally come with this. So what we're going to include are these rivet nuts that allow you to have a threaded point on your truck to mount the compressor to, as well as this pre-cut vinyl template that you can stick on your bed. We're going to start by removing this panel right here, and we're going to take a look down and make sure that there's nothing behind our cut spot so that we're not going to hit the wire harness or anything else important behind this cutting location. So we got T27, and I think Toyota actually even included one of these in their tool bag here. Yeah, so you've got one of those that comes with it, which is nice. Didn't even have to go buy one of these. So this bed is actually made of a composite material that has some fiberglass in it. So before you get started on this project, make sure you get some clothes that you don't care about, or some protective gear, maybe a mask so you don't breathe in the fiberglass, but it does get messy and very itchy. This template is not symmetrical. So not only are these two holes closer than these two holes, but if you were to draw a line between this hole and this hole, this one is off center and this one is off center. So the reason this template is so important is it can't really be easily measured and thrown on. Now when we start cutting this, it's very likely that the vinyl can get ripped off, or we're using drills and power tools and saw blades, and so we're just gonna make some marks on these holes and cut lines as well. Now, obviously the outside of this is not going to be cut. It's just this inside box. The reason that outside line is there is so that when you're placing it, you can place it in the right spot. But don't make any cut lines around the outside. These rib nuts might not be the exact size of the hole, so you might end up going a little wider, but that's going to be your center point for sure. I am going to put a full suit on because I've gotten my clothes full of bed fiberglass before. I'm not doing that again because it is the worst. Might be a little overkill, but I'm not doing it again. So be right back with the marshmallow suit. All right, so we're gonna start with this step bit here. I'm bringing sexy back. This is as big as we want to go. We don't want to go bigger than that lip, or else the rib nut won't be able to set correctly. All right guys, cutting actually wasn't too bad. The shop vac was really helpful. We're gonna start on the riv nuts now. We're gonna wanna grab a riv nut tool, and then we're just gonna slide these on, open it and slide it all the way down, insert, and spin back here, crunch it down again. Just like that. Now we got a really nice clean mounting location, just like up here. So we're gonna do that all 6 times. And then we can route this up here, get it plugged in. And then we've got a blue air hose that this actually came from Toyota. It'll be the intake hose. All right, then we got our blue hose on this side. Now that we've got everything hooked up, we got the blue hose hooked up to this, we got the harness back connected to this unit, and we've got the inlet and outlet hoses connected to the OEM compressor. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the truck on, make sure everything's working. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this thing on. So we're gonna go ahead and get this unit all buttoned up and put together. All right, now that we got this thing installed, let's take a look at some of the features and how it works. This isn't gonna be like a traditional air compressor where you've got a volume of compressed air just sitting there ready to be applied to an accessory, but rather you need to connect it to an accessory and then set a PSI, and then the unit will either inflate or deflate according to the reading that it's getting. So like if you look on here, this fitting is actually the fitting that's usually on the hose, but they've reversed it so that this is basically always open. So let's go ahead and turn it on. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that your parking brake is engaged, otherwise it won't work. There is a way to bypass that on the back of the unit with the wire harness. We'll set that to 30 and then plug in our hose. We'll go back to this rear driver tire. Okay, now that this is connected, it will let us set a, oh there, it's already going. So because the pressure reading of the tire was already at 35, it's gonna start deflating until it gets to 30. So we can pause that, go back up to 35, finished. Okay, now let me show you what happens if you try to unplug this and then set a PSI. You can feel air coming out here, and it's just gonna give you a warning, no back pressure. It's not gonna hold really any kind of air volume, but you can basically do everything you want with it. So one of your user presets might be something like dedicated airbag pressure. So let's go down to like 18. So let's go back to the menu, and then we're just gonna hit preset, user 2, and then we'll connect our hose to the airbags. The way it's set up here is each side is each airbag. So we'll have to do each side individually, but okay, so now that's connected, we can hit start. That airbag was already over 18, so it's gonna release some of that air pressure. But if we wanna get it up to 30, then we can do that, and you can watch the truck raise ever so slightly. It's probably used to the volume of a tire, so it's overinflating a little bit and making tiny little adjustments. Thing is pretty smart. It's got a lot of electronics built into it, makes sense for the price. Let's say your airbags are full and you're just ready to deflate them. You could go to menu, manually deflate. There you go. Now you got all the pressure out of your airbags. So you've also got a few other settings in here. You can just get a measure. If you want to just get a reading on what the PSI is, you can just hit that. You've got presets. You can set different presets. So if you are always going to be airing down to 15 PSI, you could set that and then just hit a preset. And the way you would do that from the main menu is just right here, preset. road. You could call this trail. You could call this mountain bike. You could call this soccer ball. Hit start and it would be ready to go. You've also got units, and then if you want to manually inflate, you can just start and stop. Okay, and then if we're going to go to manual deflate, we can just start deflating. And then you've got settings. So your power ports you can manually turn on or just have them automatically turn on. Language, brightness, and some info. So pretty cool little unit here. Another way to deflate your tires is with the included accessories here. They've got a valve tool, and we'll go ahead and show you how that works on this tire right here. So you just stick this in and then twist, and you can deflate really all four. You could start deflating all four at the same time with this. Go a little faster than connecting each tire to the air compressor system that we just looked at. And then to close your valve, you just twist it back on. And then you can inflate it with the included air hose. Oh, it actually saved our reading from the last time it was on. Pretty cool. All right guys, that wraps up our OEM Trailhunter compressor video. This thing's awesome. It's got a lot of really cool features and it just looks so pretty. One thing to note is that you can't use this unless your parking brake is engaged. So you see right here, parking brake must be engaged to inflate or deflate. So that's one of the reasons why we can't really use this kit for things like airbags or anything else that you might need to use while you're on the fly. Other than that, this can take care of all of your soccer balls and bike tires, and can help you air down and air back up on the trail. Really cool feature that Toyota's got on the Trailhunter that is plug and play on this TRD Off-Road Premium. So hope this video is helpful. If there are any other installs that you guys like to see, please let us know in the comments. We get some really good suggestions from you guys. So let us know what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.